Hello everyone, and welcome back to Remains to be Seen, the D&D show where one group's past could determine the other group's future. I am your host and DM, Rover Elliott, pronouns he, they, and today I am here with...
Alyssa, she, her.
Rick, he, him.
Zoe, she, they.
Mike, he, him.
And who are you guys playing?
Yitri, she, her. And, I don't know how I feel. I feel like I got the most backhanded compliment from Cole, and kind of, what the hell was that?
Pierre, he, him. You know what? We got some information. We got a lead. That's more than I could have hoped for.
Alex, he, him, and, well, we did make some progress with the group, but now I am once again sad.
Cole, he, him. Everybody doesn't like me and I can't work out why. Maybe one day I'll figure it out.
So, we finally had some answers, but we also had some sadness. Alyssa, why don't you tell us why all of this... why? What has been going on?
Okay, so we finally were talking to our contact, Mrs. Williams. She got married pretty recently. I'm happy for her. And she was basically telling us that Johnny works with the Wanted Dead, aka the Bounty Hunter group. And Nix is his assistant, so the engraving on the gun, it belongs to the assistant. We also realized that we never filled Cole in on anything because we were told he knew. He was told that we were going to tell him. So a lot of miscommunication, really funny. So then we kind of have a separate talk of two separate ways that we can get in contact with Nix. We can either ask Miguel for a meeting with the Wanted Dead, or we have Cole's contact with the Hunters Guild and Nix in because of it. After that happens, there's two things happen, because party splits are great. We should stop doing that. So Alex gets a chance to read the letter that he was given, and we had a fun surprise guest to read it out. And then on the flip side, Pierre starts to kind of lecture Cole and Yitri about being more responsible. And then it all turns on Yitri because Cole is like, yeah, I was stupid. And she was like, I know. And then he was like, Loki insulting her. And she's like, whoa. So that happened. He was like, I don't think you could protect a chocolate bar. And I was like, whoa, we're circling back to that. What the fuck did you say? And then, so while Alex is crying, Yitri's about to fucking kill Cole, and Pierre's just there. And so
Pierre's also there.
Pierre's also there. He's safe for now. I'm kidding. He's safe. Oh, also at one point, Cole pointed a gun at Yitri. It was not a working gun, but it was still scary nonetheless. And now we're gonna have the conversation between Greta and Alex, and we're gonna get more sadness. Yeah, hope you're prepared.
Tune in for more sadness at The Podcast Remains to be Seen. Shall we tune in with Aleks and Greta?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, here we go.
Everyone got their tea?
I wish I had popcorn.
I'm ready.
Greta will lead Alex to the couch and sit both of them down. Yeah, and she will continue to hug you until you let go.
Oh, we're gonna be here for a while then.
Just tell me how long Alex would need.
For a few minutes.
Okay.
Of just enjoying the comfort of someone that he actually trusts.
Mm-hmm.
Then eventually he will just pull back and I guess just blankly stare at the table in front of the couch.
Mm-hmm. She keeps a hand on Alex's back, and she takes her time to get her words correctly before she says, "Listen, I understand if there's a lot currently going on. If you need to talk about it, we can talk about it before you go. I feel like you need to talk to your party as well. Because, Alex," and she kind of caresses your cheek and says, "I will continue to be angry with Pierre, just for the sake of you. But you need to inform your party what's going on. or try to at least involve them in any way. I will be on your side for as much as you need, but they have known you for such a short amount of time. You cannot expect them to know everything. And that takes time, and that's okay. And you don't immediately have to tell them literally everything that happened. There's no need for that. You also don't have to tell me everything that happened if you don't want that. But trust doesn't immediately happen in a span of 24 hours. And that's okay.
Greta, I don't know how I can trust them. The last time I did, the last time I was with someone I thought I knew and I thought I could trust, I got taken away from everything that I love. I got taken away from the one person that I have loved. And now, he kind of looks down at the letter. I thought I wanted this. I thought reading the words that he seeks closure and that he wants to say goodbye would be what I need. Because that is all I want from him. I know that I can't give him that closure, because I'm still not free, and I will not risk his life because of my selfishness. He doesn't deserve that. And he thought I left him. It is only fair for him to leave me too, but I hoped it wouldn't hurt so much.
What we can do is have you write a letter here, and I will find a way to send it to them. And then we can see if we can get back in contact with them. There's no pressure on having to do that now. I can keep it here for as long as you want. And then you can tell me to send it whenever you want. And...
No.
No?
He told me in the letter that he is saying goodbye. And just because I know what happened does not give me the right to stop him from doing that. He needs to move on. And I will not make it his problem that is something I cannot do.
Okay. Then we won't. But you need to, even if you can't trust people, you need to give them a chance. Because whoever hurt you is not them. Not everyone you trust is out to do you any harm. And from what I can see, these people are more worried about you than angry with you or want to get rid of you in any way. Do you think they would have stayed here if they didn't care even just a little bit? And I can see that there is a lot of struggling going on, not just with you, but with them too. And they will probably need to work that out themselves as well. And once again, if you want me to hate all of them, I will hate them for you. But you need to find a way to find that closure and move on. These people don't know your story. And you don't have to tell them. But you need to give them a chance.
What if I do? And then, you know, when it gets serious, they just choose the money that you can get from me. What if I let them in and they just betray me?
Then she points over to the other side of the room and says, "Then I have a lovely axe, and I will find a way. I will call the bounty hunters, and I will find a way to hunt all of them down, and make sure you get that closure in one way or another. And they will not have a single penny for your life. No one will." And I can promise you that. Obviously, look at me. I can't do much, but I have my ways to find help.
Greta, you are way too good for this world.
I know, but we're not talking about that right now, honey. All right. If you want to keep in contact with me, you can. You can write me letters. There's a telephone booth right outside my house. Like, we can keep that contact. But you need to do that on your own circumstances. Definitely, if you still need to find your way in this world and with these people. And I know that you can, because you befriended, and very honestly, I saw you guys fall in love, this random stranger who came into my library every single day. You can find those people again, even if it's Victor or not. And even if it's love or not. Friendship is important too.
Greta, I'm so scared.
I know. And she pulls you back in for a hug. And then says, "If there's anyone I need to currently hunt down, let me know. I will find a way. I will try to help you in any way that I can. Definitely now that the university's closed. Jesus, what have you guys done?"
That wasn't our fault.
Once again, I will take your word for it. I would like to also see the actual proof. Because, honestly, I believe that you kind soul, I believe you have done nothing wrong, but the other three outside my house, I've seen what the people carry with them. I don't trust a single person other than the person with the axe. Everyone with an axe I have favors for. But that's not the point. I will help you out in any way that I can. Emotionally. Or where you need me to go, cut someone's head off. Don't tell your boss that I said any of this. I do not want to be arrested. Thank you. But
of course not.
You can ask for help, and that's okay.
I will try.
Okay.
But I will not ask you to cut anyone's head off.
Oh,
not
that's
for this
a pity.
person.
I mean, no. Okay, good.
I will let you know if there changes. I promise.
Amazing, wonderful. Now, do you want me to pack you any cookies or any other food for you guys? And I probably need to tell Aoife to go home as well. She's just awkwardly standing in the kitchen right now. That's great.
Well,
that's
I
not
hope
great.
she had some more soup. She liked that.
Yeah, she loved it. She's taking some stuff home. I will make you guys some soup, and I will make you cookies, and I will give it with you guys.
Yeah, I think cookies would be a good idea.
Okay.
I feel like we have a lot to talk about on our way home.
Okay. I will then get you some cookies. All right.
Thank you.
You pack your stuff. Be very careful of that letter. You can either keep it here or you can take it with you. And other than that, I will get you cookies and you can go on your merry way.
Can you keep the letter for me?
Of course. Of course I will. And she takes it out of your hand.
Alex keeps the paper flower, though.
Okay. Yeah, she folds it up and she puts it in the breast pocket of her blouse. And she's like, once again, if you ever want to have anything written to them, I can do that for you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course. And she stands up and walks to the kitchen. And she gets you a little box of cookies, for enough for the four of you, and puts it in your hands and is like, "If I don't get this box back, you owe me a box."
Honestly, I feel like I owe you more than a box.
No, you don't. Come on. And she lets you out of the of her house towards where the rest is talking. As you guys reunite, she gives Alex another big hug, and then she gives a big smile to Yitri.
Yay.
A nod at Cole, and then glances over at Pierre. And if you ever have seen a death stare, it is definitely this one. And then she as she turns back to go inside, she gives Alex a little wink of like, don't worry, I got this.
She's so great.
I love her. Oh my god, she's the perfect woman.
Greta is the best.
Greta is the goat.
It's so unfortunate.
She doesn't like me.
When Alex walks through the door, Cole, who's been like patiently waiting with his two colleagues, is just like, "Did you get what you needed?"
I'm not sure, but I guess it was a step in the right direction.
Fine. Let's go to the train station. You guys coming?
Yeah.
As he like starts walking off and then realizes that he should probably ask and be like, Are you coming?
Yeah, obviously. No, we're gonna stay here.
Gonna stay with Greta.
Yeah, we're gonna stay with Greta, yeah.
End campaign. We're safe with Greta.
Yay!
Yay!
The bounty hunters can do the rest.
You guys can take the train back to London. It'll take about 2 hours. It is currently, I'd say, 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon. You guys have 2 hours. I can either, once again, skip the 2 hours, or we can have the strategizing talk that we have heard a couple times. And I immediately
I was going to
see
say,
papers coming up.
before we skip ahead too far, because we also need to pick up a newspaper.
Yeah.
There are
Oh!
a few newspapers in the train station.
Yep, I was about to say
Incredible.
the same thing. They're probably at the
Which the
train
listeners will remember from the previous episode.
Yeah, Yitri grabs 4, one for each of them, and is gonna, like, just hold on to them.
station. Did you pay?
Yeah. Wait, yeah, she
That is the knowest yes I've ever heard, but I'm into it.
Look, I kind of forgot. So she's gonna okay. So instead of that, scratch that. She's gonna go up to the counter, ask for 4 papers, and then pocket it, but also pay. She pays.
Wonderful, wonderful. We'll do maths later.
Is there a way to buy health potions at the train station? Do they have a potion shop there?
Not at the train station. You would have to go into the city. There's a health center for non-magical ways of healing, but like if you want healing potions, you're not going to get that there.
Actually, Rover,
Hello.
what are some of the eateries that they have at the train station? What are the names of some of the places that they have around Manchester Piccadilly Station?
Do that to him. Why would you do that to him?
And listeners, this was the moment that Mike LeBeau became my biggest enemy. There are some like fried snacks. If you've ever been to the Netherlands, if you've listened to the Bounty Hunter episodes where I exactly explained which snacks you can find near a train station, you have all the Dutch snacks somehow there. We're not going to talk about the fact that the Netherlands isn't there, but the Dutch snacks are all there.
Makes complete sense to me. No, sounds perfect.
Didn't we just all eat at Greta's?
Yeah, we did all.
You all
we
have
filled up-
cookies?
yeah.
We have cookies and we have soup.
You can get sandwiches.
Stroopwafel, kartoffel,
As there will be supermarkets. stuff like
Kartoffel.
that.
those chips with that amazing sauce on.
Yeah.
Crepes. That's close, right?
Yeah. Get the stuff that you want to get. 9 out of 10 things I will just say yes to anyway. Because just get what you want.
I don't need anything. Yitri has the newspapers, that's kind of all I was interested in.
That's kind of all we really needed.
Out of character, I was opening the door for you to make up a ridiculous pub name. In England, every train station has a pub.
Locomotive lasagna.
There you go, the Locomotive Lasagna place.
Yes, the Locomotive lasagna place is there. Sure, let's have that one.
Perfect.
Very open to just have random suggestions in there. Yeah, perfect.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Very cool.
So yeah, you see a pub called the Locomotive.
Lasagna.
You can do it.
You get that,
You
the
can do it.
Locomotive lasagna place. That sells only layered food. Credits to Elizabeth Simpson. Yeah.
layered food.
Layered
So they have
food.
tiramisu, lasagna. Sorry, carry on.
I'm waiting outside.
Yeah, I just have all the newspapers in my hands.
Who's going inside? Who is this for?
I don't know. I'm not.
Cole is just getting a bunch of Locomotive lasagnas, and we're like, shit, we lost it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, do you know what? Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Cole is going to go into his favorite restaurant, the Locomotive Lasagna place,
Okay.
and get some Locomotive lasagna for the Locomotive.
Roll me a persuasion check just for funsies and see if you can get a discount.
Okay. I roll.
Oh no, did you roll a natural one?
I rolled a 14. I rolled a 14.
Okay.
But it rolled over from like a 2. And I was like, oh please. Oh please.
This is why we have percentile dice to find out how much discount you get.
Whoa! Is this the first time we're using percentile dice in this?
Yes, you get 20% off.
Yeah! Woo! Cole's gone from like really grumpy and defensive because basically Alex just like slammed him over and over again at the previous place and was like, oh no, wait a minute, I just got to get my lasagna.
He was hangry.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, you guys can get your snacks and your newspapers and head on to the train, ?
Head on to the train.
Okay.
Head on to the train.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it makes, for like healing potions and stuff, I think it makes more sense if we just look for something in London because we're already at the train station. So.
Yeah, you guys have the train for 2 hours and yeah, just tell me if you want to do something in the 2 hours and otherwise I'll skip it.
Yeah, we can't skip it. We have so much to discuss.
Can we first read the newspaper? What's on the newspaper? Like,
All right.
Actually, yes.
give us that.
So the headline is Midnight Attack at Uni of Manchester. Protectors saved the day. Most of what has happened has been covered up.
Oh.
And there are photos of also talking about how the protectors were chosen the day before. There are pictures of when you guys got chosen as protectors. There's a picture of Alex getting arrested.
Do we see the orange tabaxi in the pictures?
The orange tabaxi, you cannot see them in the pictures.
Interesting.
Yeah, and at some point you can also see a photo where you guys are walking away from the university, and Cole is also on that photo. And definitely you guys have not noticed that picture has been taken.
Does it say anything, like, under the photo of Alex's arrest? Like, information about that?
It does indeed say your name. It only says that you were arrested, nothing else. And once you look a bit further throughout the newspaper, they mention it again, and they say that it ended up being a kind of like a false arrest.
Like, just a mistake?
Yeah, it was just a mistake. Once again, you can clearly tell that they've covered up most of the dramatics.
That's interesting.
But your name has been mentioned. Other than that, there is also news on the fact that the House of Six have decided to arrive early, and there are mentions that they are going to have a talk about what is going to happen next, if there should be any precautions made for the future for the countries. And there's only a small note where it's just a journalist being like, "Will Tobias Isworth continue his mission to outlaw the wanted dead?" ? And that's kind of what you can spot in it.
Okay, first, this is not in any way relevant, but who the hell is taking these photos? Like, who in the hell is taking... I haven't seen a single photographer around. Like, is there, like, are they following us? Are they with us right now? Like, is this something we should be worried about?
Yitri? Maybe it's the orange tabaxi, your dear friend.
Honestly, I wouldn't put it past them. Oh, for context, there's this other person that is, very interestingly not mentioned in the paper that was also chosen, whose interview was just staring Miguel in his eyes, and they're like, "Yeah, sure, you go," and won't respond to anything except for one question I asked, which I kind of appreciate. I was like, hey, because I was, trying to get the scope of what the team can do, and then just kind of like held up like a fist. I'm like, okay, that's more than anything I've gotten so far. No one knows this guy's name. No one knows what he does. No one knows where he came from. Everyone's just kind of like, yeah, here's this guy, and it's really weird. And also apparently it's supposed to be a part of the group, but isn't with us. And also on top of that, isn't mentioned in the paper. So who the hell is this guy? It makes no sense. But anyway, that's my rant. But anyway, yeah, that's weird. A lot of it's weird. But they also just glossed over, like, yeah, there was an accident. We arrested this guy. This is not a bad thing for us at all. But like, it's kind of makes you think how much they cover up normally. Good for us right now, but like. Just makes you think.
I don't think this is good for us. This is good for them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We made a huge mistake in Manchester, and they are portraying it as if this wonderful, newly appointed government group just saved the day. Sure, this is somewhat a good look on us as well, but that is just glorious government propaganda.
I don't disagree.
It's true, but at least it gives us an advantage.
It gives us an advantage, but that's not necessarily a good thing. I mean, makes us look good, but that's not the goal here. The goal is to make sure we're helping people, and I don't think really...
I'd much rather that to being wanted.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was getting at. But it's... Also, they're fast, jeez. But...
And
yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm remembering this correctly. Wasn't the information that we were given that the House of Six would arrive in a few days? And not now?
Yeah.
Maybe they don't want us there?
Probably not.
Yes, probably.
Definitely don't want us there.
But that is just another thing they have lied to us about.
Yeah.
Yitri, you said something was fishy about this job.
I did? I mean, the interview process was fishy. I mean, just...
Yeah.
If you answered the deep personal questions, you got in. Like, that was it. There's no test of skills there. Because I could have been completely lying.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't completely lying. But
I think we should keep this in mind.
Oh, absolutely.
When we make our decisions.
Yes.
Above table, indeed, for Cole. House of Six are I have a perfect sentence for that because it was fucking trailing.
Okay.
Yeah, the 6 European leaders who take the drastic measures for the continent.
Okay, all right, thank you.
And it's UK, Italy, Greece, Germany, France, and I am missing someone who I will definitely find immediately.
Wasn't it Belgium?
Thank you, Belgium, yes. And there was all over the news that they would definitely be here in a couple of days, and now they are here early.
All right, cool. So it's the UK, Italy, France, Belgium...
Germany. And Greece.
And Greece, thank you.
No worries.
Also, there's nothing here about... There's nothing here about what happened at the university, just that it was saved. They didn't talk about the people shooting at us. They didn't talk about the one guy, the blindfolded guy. They didn't talk about anyone. They just said, hey, there was a problem, and they solved it. Woohoo! So, like, yeah, that's...
You're right.
I mean...
That's suspicious.
Very.
But whoever did this is clearly looking out for us if they painted us as the heroes and not the aggressors.
Exactly.
I mean, that's how Greta saw it. So...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean...
It's curious.
Yeah. Because we didn't do a great job, like, at all. But again, we had no training. We had nothing. They just like, hey, here's some vague information. Here you go. Have fun. Don't die. Like, that's not how you should, like, for something at this scale. I mean, Are they even actually expecting us to fight at this point? I feel like they're... Are they just having us there as fronts?
While Cole's listening to Yitri, he's looking over at Alex, and after Yitri finishes, he turns to him and says, "You're suspiciously quiet."
I'm not sure what you want me to say. I have said my part about the newspaper. I don't think that anyone is looking out for us. I think they're looking out for the reputation of the crown.
Well, you don't look like you're thinking about the newspaper. No damning statements about my character this time, Alex?
Weren't you the one who told me to act more like a colleague? Does it surprise you that I'm trying that?
Extremely. But okay, alright. So, let's put the paper to one side. We need to talk strategy. We need synergy, is what we need in this team.
Desperately.
And the thing is, I've come into this pretty cold. And I don't even know what you guys do. But I want to know. Because if I'm going to be a part of this team, I want to be as effective as I can. So, let's get started then. Pierre, what do you do?
I work well up close with people. I can take them down, and I've got my spear just hanging off his backpack. So you'll probably want me more on the front lines, so to speak.
Perfect. Alex?
Well, in theory, I think I can be pretty versatile, but looking at the strengths of this party, I should probably stay in the back a bit and support. I can heal. I can try to help you guys be better. And, well, if push comes to shove, I can also just kick someone in the face.
Cole doesn't have eyebrows, but he definitely raises an eyebrow at that.
His metaphysical eyebrow just raises.
It's like a spiritual eyebrow.
For a moment, the feathers raise.
And Yitri, what do you do?
Well, I have my axe. I have my crossbow as backup. And like Pierre, I work a little better up close, but can be a little farther back. And yeah, nothing more to it.
Brilliant. Well, in that case, it seems like we have our lineup then. If ever this happens again...
What do you do?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, he looks over at Alex to wait for the clap back. Like, you can see in his face, he's like expecting like a clap back at this point now. And he looks at Alex and says, "I'm most effective at range." And there's like a pin drop silence after he says that, as he's like trying to suss out whether or not there's going to be some sort of retort.
Well, I guess that makes sense given the guns. Do you think there's anything else we should know about? Other than the range combat?
I can hold my own in a scuffle, but I'm much, much more effective at range. I mean, these talons aren't just for show.
Okay.
So, it sounds like we've got our order. If this happens again, Pierre, it looks like you're up front. Yitri, you're in behind Pierre. I'll back both of you up from the back line with Alex.
Pierre nods along.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do.
So that's strategy. That works. So is...
Damn, the person with combat experience teaching us about combat. That's great. That's great.
I think it's really cool. Y'all have to tell me if we can skip the train ride. Other than that, I'm gonna stay in silence.
Thinking.
Yeah, me too.
Are we done with the strategy talk?
Think so.
Do we think?
I think so. I mean, yeah, maybe. I'm gonna say yes. Cole's kind of like Cole, I think, is incredibly taken aback that he was met with agreeability. I think he's kind of come into this now thinking that everyone's a little bit more hostile, which is kind of why he's been a bit more heated. And he's like, yeah, you do this, you do this, you do this, and we'll have a better result. And everyone's like, okay. And he's like,
makes sense.
Okay.
Colleagues acting like colleagues. Wow. Being a team. Imagine.
Can I have a perception check from everyone?
We can't be in a train without a perception
At
check.
least someone walking by again, spilling hot coffee. Not fucking 20, let's go.
Oh, let's fucking go.
I got a 4.
15.
I got a 4.
14.
Oh, I
Once
don't
again,
see
Yitri
anything.
not being perceptive. No one is surprised.
No one. Notice how she said she didn't fully lie on her interview. She lied a little bit.
Yitri?
Yeah?
What was it?
4.
Incredible.
Oh, buddy.
Continue on. I will get back to you in a moment.
Cole's just going to be like, great. I really can't wait to see what you guys can do. And, for what it's worth, I'm sorry. I was just hangry. As he starts tucking into his lasagna.
As Alex watches Cole eat the lasagna, he pulls out the cookies that Greta gave him. Well, if that's the case, I got a little parting gift from Greta.
Oh, how sweet.
No, present the cookies.
Oh,
Oh, that is so sweet.
she's lovely. She's so...
That she is.
We owe her so much. She let us stay over. She made us cookies. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely woman.
It makes sense that Pierre has a nat 20 as the...
Does it? Don't just say stuff like that. What?
As the cold starts coming in again. And it feels like the cozy warmth that the train had is falling into cold again. That same cold that you were the only person that saw that on the battlefield when Alex went down. It almost feels like a tingle at the back of your neck as your blood slowly starts running cold again. As you can focus on the wheels of the train going forward. It is like the violin just very slowly at the back of your head. You're not even sure if it's something you can actually hear or if it's just your imagination. It sounds like the violin has started playing again. And even Alex does not seem to notice this. Nor does Cole, nor does Yitri. They're enjoying their cookies, and you are about to enjoy your cookies. As the train comes to a halt, the door opens, new people start coming in, and it is, like, once again, something that you think it might not even be a real thing, but you feel as though either something has come inside or something has gotten on top of the train as the doors close and the train starts going again.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police.
Everyone else seems to be unbothered by this. And it might just be a gut feeling, and it really depends on what Pierre does with it.
Like you said, Pierre's hair in the neck, in back of his neck are standing up, and he looks around him. Looks at the window if it's open or not. No, it's closed. What's going on? He's looking confused around him.
Do we notice that?
Yeah, give me everyone else an insight check.
I got a 16.
Yeah, no, that's a 4. Oh, sorry, no, 6.
Ooh.
Oh no, I got a 5.
I mean, okay, so Cole and Alex have had a bit of a... Are we good? Are we not good? And there's like...
It's my lowest roll of the podcast.
Yeah, I think so. I think it is.
Cole has like got his lasagna, he's got cookies, and he is happy.
He is so happy, and Alex is also like, oh, finally, just that, like, bit of going away from Manchester. And Yitri, as you look at Pierre, who is now currently looking around confused, and you seem to be the only person that notices this.
Pierre, are you okay?
No. I got the same feeling again that I got when I saw that blindfolded man in university. Same feeling when Alex went down. Something's not right.
Reminder, Yitri did not see Alex go down.
I know.
Nor did Cole.
Yeah. Yitri's eyes widen. She's like, what do you mean Alex went down? Alex, what do you mean?
When we were fighting, there were arrows shot into Alex's back.
Is this
Things
when
were not...
you went after me?
Yes. He was badly hurt.
Oh, God. I'm so sorry. She kind of puts a hand on Alex and is like, I wasn't thinking. Everyone else got hurt but me. And
Yitri, it's
yeah.
alright.
No, it's not.
We don't need to talk about that right now. Pierre, what is going on?
By the way, Yitri, if you, it depends on where you touch Alex. If you touch Alex, or at least where there's skin shown, Alex is cold.
She touches his hand and then, like, kind of is like, but keeps it to herself, because clearly Alex is, like, not having it. She's kind of slowly pulls her arm away. And she's just like, okay, we'll get to that later, but what do you mean cold? So, cold feeling, like, and then you saw, what? I'm just, so something's obviously going wrong, but, like, what do you know that we don't?
I'm not sure. It's just a gut feeling. I got it when something went wrong at the college, and now it's here again. I don't know, Yitri.
It's okay. She grabs her axe and, like, holds it just in case. She's gonna hold it in front of her. She's like, just in case, I'm having this ready. But
Alex is, like, staring at Pierre, like, really intensely.
Look, do you want... I can see if I can, like, kind of just look up and down the train and see if anything's there. Just kind of... I won't bring my axe. Just to, confirm if there's anything there, or just kind of see if anything is wrong. Just something's clearly very wrong.
I'd like that, but we should stick to what we said. We need to protect ourselves first, and then we can protect others. Alright?
Okay.
No more running without saying anything.
Of course. Yeah, that's why I wanted to ask. But
Alright.
Okay. So, are you still feeling it right now? Is it gone? Was it passing? Was it...
I assume I am?
Yes, you are.
Yes, it's still here. It's still here.
Is it getting closer? Farther?
I don't know. It's cold. The windows are closed. It's cold. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Cole, do you know anything about this? Alex, do you feel
It's amazing to think that Cole has been oblivious to this the entire time with, like, a roll of 4. But he's been singing Blue Jay songs to himself,
Aww.
Some left wings free, and your right ear grip, And he's like, what? What do I know?
Like, I don't know, like, that cold feeling that Pierre's talking about. I don't feel it, but, like, maybe other people do. I don't know.
Alex?
I haven't felt anything. Pierre, are you okay?
I don't know. Is no one else feeling this?
I don't think we are, Pierre.
We should go check.
Is it just the cold, Pierre?
It's a cold feeling just around me, and My gut, it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't.
And there's nothing else.
Cole's going to scoot over a little bit more to Pierre and be like, is it coming from anywhere in particular? Focus on it, Pierre.
Alright.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Fucking perception, oh dear god. Here we go. 15?
It is coming from exactly where you guys are sitting.
Great. That's fucking awesome.
What the fuck?
Cole unholsters his revolver and clicks open the magazine to make sure it's fully loaded before clicking it closed again and holstering it.
I'm going to use my glasses and see if there's anything like particularly different around the area. She's going to like press the little side of it and like stand up, get a look at the like wherever they were sitting and just kind of look at it and try to see.
Yeah, and meanwhile Cole is going to have a look around the room. Room? What do you call it? Cabin? The thing? Yeah. The thing.
Yeah,
we're going to have Cole's going to have a look around the thing that we're in.
I will join Cole in looking around the
Do you need me to roll anything for that or no?
Hold up. So who is all going out to out of the cabin to look around the carriage?
I'm not leaving the cabin, no.
Yeah, like looking around where we are right now.
Where we are.
Okay. I would like everyone to Devon except for Alyssa.
What's happening, Rover?
You go to click on the little detective detective thingy that is on the side of your glasses, and before you touch it, it's like something stops you, and you can't feel what it is. Like this kind of a cold feeling around your hand that isn't like grabbing it, but it is this feeling, and there is a whisper that for some reason you are the only person that can hear that, and it is just, well, there is no need for that, is there?
Yes, there is. There is a huge need for it. What do you mean?
I don't think there is.
No. I do. I do think
your
it is, though.
blood starts running cold, and
her eyes just widen.
You can look at where your cabin is, where the cabin door is, and it is like the type of bone spider legs that tap twice on it, and then it's pulled away. The cold feeling goes, and there is another different whisper from someone else.
I got two.
Who says, there is indeed no need for this.
Okay, why are two people telling me there's no need to do it?
This one is for me. Thank you.
For you?
And
who are you?
Everything disappears, and once you tap it, there's nothing. There's nothing you can detect, except for the fact that there is something wrong with Alex. And it's because you can see that there is like this... It's not like he is undead, but there is an undead aura around him in general. But it's nothing magical that seems to be stuck in or around him. It is just an aura. And everything else seems to just go. Except for the fact that you just had two people whisper, and you for like a split second saw the spider legs, and then it's just gone. And that's all.
What the fuck? She kind of like falls to the ground, and she's gonna like kind of like go back. She's like,
Yitri?
Who was just talking to me?
Who? What?
I heard two voices. They were telling me that I didn't need to do what I was gonna do, and then I was like, well, yeah, I do need to do it, because clearly I'm hearing fucking voices. And then afterwards, just a cold like feeling, and like Pierre was describing, and someone's like pushing my hand. I'm like, no, I was trying to fight it back, and then I saw
slow down,
the
slow
bone.
down, Yitri. Slow down. Take
a
breath.
The bone spider was over there, and then it was just yanked away. And
here?
I don't know what's real or not anymore. And then I don't see anything here except like, and she looks at Alex and she's just gonna like, except for like, just the normal train stuff, and I just wanted, that was so weird. They were telling me not to check.
Cole's gonna check outside the door just to make sure that it's clear while all of this is happening. Like, he's just gonna slide the thing open, check it, and see if the coast is clear.
Yeah, coast clear. There's nothing.
He'll shut the door again then.
Pierre's gonna
Yitri.
attempt to help Yitri into the seat again.
Yeah, Cole's gonna help as well.
Thank you. That was so weird. It was
Yitri,
two
are you
different.
hurt?
No, I'm fine. Just shaken up a little bit. Two different voices. One said there's no need to do that. Then the other one said again that, and this one's for me. Whatever the hell that means. What do you mean? Did you mean like me? That one's for them? Whoever it was, I didn't recognize either of the voices. I've never heard voices before like that. Like I'm not like attuned to the gods or like I don't hear voices. That's not something I do.
Who was it? What kind of
I don't
voices?
know. What kind of voices were they?
One of them, like if we can discern it in feelings, it is a voice that is deep and sinister next to the second voice being light and cheery. That might not be the right thing, but there's something else there.
Just
The complete opposite.
can I see if I recognize either of the voices? Can I roll to see? I mean, I don't think I will, but can I try?
I mean, you said something about like your sister or something.
I do have a sister, yeah.
Yes, but like you said you heard their voices as well. I'm also referencing those.
You could roll something. However, I can already tell you that you won't recognize them, no matter what roll.
I don't know who they were. One was like very like deep and like cold and sinister, like definitely very evil sounding. The other one, the second one, was the exact opposite. It was like light and kind, and that one's the scarier one to me because it was like, this one's for me, and I don't know what that means. I don't know what any of that meant.
Cole's gonna put like a hand on your shoulder and ask, be specific. What did they say to you?
One said, there's no need for you to do that, as I was going to use my sunglasses, and then there was a force trying to push my hand away. And the other one said, because I just went back, like, there is a need. I need to see what's going on there. Like, I wasn't doing this if it wasn't. And then the other one said, there really isn't a need. This one's for me. Whatever the hell that means. And I don't know who they were. Never heard those voices in my life. Never heard voices, period, in my life. But, like, those specific ones, and I just don't know who they were. And I just wanted to see what was there. But I saw nothing.
But you saw the spider again.
Yeah. And then it just got yoinked out. And I feel like it was just kind of something's playing tricks on us.
Can you point to where you saw the spider?
She's going to point to where she saw it. I don't remember where she saw it, actually.
It was at the door. It's like there's a small window in the two slidey doors, and it was just tap, two of them on the glass.
Yeah, it was just tapping on the glass near the sliding doors.
Two bone spiders or two legs?
Legs.
Two legs.
Two legs.
Legs, okay.
I get the impression that we're being hunted.
What gives you
We
that?
need to be
gives you that
vigilant.
impression? Sorry. Sorry, that was rude. Sorry, I'm really shaken up.
I deserve that.
No, you don't.
I completely understand.
No, you don't. That was flashing out. My bad.
No, the chocolate thing, I feel bad about that. I'm going to be honest with you. That was a stupid thing to
I
say.
appreciate that you feel bad.
The
about
chocolate
that,
thing.
It's a long story, Alex. I'm going to fill you in later. I'll fill you in later. We got to focus
This is
on...
getting out of control.
Yes,
Alright.
yeah, we got to focus on what's hand. Something's following us. And it's not just those, like, photographers that are, like, weirdly good at getting pictures of us. Because didn't any of you notice a single photographer, like, the entire time we were there? Like, anywhere?
Not that I can remember.
No, but let's focus on the subject.
I know, yeah, sorry. But
Yeah.
something's trying to either mess with us or communicate with us, and it had already happened to Pierre. Now it happened to me, and I just really hope these glasses aren't broken.
So, to be clear, you saw it on that window there?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we've got another hour and a half until we get to London, so, and Cole is going to walk over to the door and cast Alarm on the door. Because I finally remembered that I have things that I can do.
Yay!
Nice, look at you go.
Tell us what Alarm does and how you cast it.
Okay, so Alarm is like one of those spells, or one of those things that's only really useful in, like, in certain situations. It's a ritual spell, but basically you just set an alarm against unwanted intrusion. So you can cast it on a door, a window, sort of like an area. I think it covers like up to like a 20-foot cube if you want it to, so it can be pretty big, bearing in mind that a standard cube on a D&D map is 5 by 5, right? So it's like 4 cubes by 4 cubes. So it's a pretty large area, but that area that you touch then becomes basically like warded, essentially. It takes a little bit of time to cast the spell. It actually takes a minute to cast Alarm. But yeah, the idea is that if you're sleeping or if someone accidentally falls asleep, Alarm will wake you back up again. It's like an alarm clock, if you will.
So, how does Cole cast that?
In order to cast it, Cole very carefully traces the lines of the door with one of his wings and sort of very intricately follows like all of the little like crenellations. Are they crenellations? Like follows all of the little like divots and rivets and everything around the door until the from one point all the way around the perimeter and back to the point that he started. And when he does that, you see like a shimmer flash across the door, and then it just looks like a normal door.
You have magic too? You didn't mention that. You have magic too?
Cole, what did you do?
I alarmed the door. If anyone comes through there, we'll know. It gives us a bit of peace of mind. Call it an insurance policy.
All right.
And as you guys continue your journey in the train, nothing else suspicious happens before you get into London, where as the door opens, they haven't seen you guys yet.
The alarm goes off.
But what?
Yeah. Yeah, the porter opens the door, the alarm goes off, and everyone's like,
you can spot reporters standing outside who haven't seen you guys yet, but they are standing outside. And with the adventures continuing in London, we'll see what happens in the next episode of Remains to be Seen.
Yay!
What, really? That's it?
That's it.
No, come on, man. You gotta give the listeners more than that. Sure, no, come on. No.
Well, you didn't get a lot of it because you were deafened for a bit. You didn't get...
I know.
The listeners
I
got
just want to find out.
a lot.
But I want to know. But Mike wants to know.
Okay, but here's the thing. Yitri told you everything that happened.
Oh, man. I just want to have more fun with my friends. Is that such a crime?
Well, luckily, we have another episode to record. The listeners can wait a week.
Woo!
What happens next remains to be seen. See you next week. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. See you next week.
Remains to be Seen is an original podcast created by Dyaflame Studios and licensed under the Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike 4.0 International License. Today's episode was produced by Elizabeth Simpson and edited by Mees Verkade and Joe Mendacium. It starred Rick den Breejen as Pierre Ardoise, Mike LeBeau as Koltrast, Alyssa Roldan as Yitri Meadowtwirls, Zoe Emily as Aleksander Aintsworth, and Rover Elliott as the Dungeon Master. The intro and outro were composed by We Talk of Dreams, and the transcript was written by Kim van Tevelen. To get in touch with us and keep up to date with our antics, follow us on Instagram, Bluesky, and TikTok at Dyaflame Studios, or view our website at dyaflame.com. Check our show notes for additional credits, links, and transcripts.